Kipsters. Today we're going to read a new story. Why Do Leaves Change Color? By Betsy Mastros. Illustrated by Loretta Kudwinski. We will be reading for gist. Remember, the gist is what the story or the text is mostly about. Remember, we will be looking for key details, looking for clues in the story to determine the gist of the story or the text. When we look at text, the first thing we do is we notice the pictures and we look for what we see. And then we think about, what do I wonder about this text? If I look at this picture, I can see that there's a little boy and a little girl playing in the leaves. And the leaves are brown and yellow and gold. I wonder if they're having fun. I wonder if they raked all these leaves up and now they're just playing with them. And then I wonder, what is the poor little dog doing in front? He looks kind of sad. These are things that we need to look for as good readers. Good readers always wonder about what they read. Now, let's begin our story. Look at the leaves. It's autumn, and leaves are turning red and yellow, gold and brown. Each type of tree has its own kind of leaves. The colors of autumn's leaves differ from the tree to tree. Some oak leaves may be brown or yellow, while maple leaves may turn bright red. Leaves come in different sizes and shapes, as well as colors. Some leaves are wide and others are narrow. Some have points, while others may be rounded. How many different kinds of leaves can you find? Okay, boys and girls, let's see how many you found. I think I found around 12. There are sugar maple and red maple and tulips, and there's black birch, and there's gray birch, and there's Norway maple and red oak, and then there's silver maple. There are about, I think maybe about 12. If you came with a number like 10 or 12, you were very close. So I noticed that there are different shapes, and I noticed that there are different colors in this page. What I wonder about is, why is the dog sleeping in the middle of the leaves? Just as a few weeks ago, all the leaves were green. Back in spring, the tiny new leaves uncurl from their buds. The green colors in the leaves help them to absorb a whole sunlight. Chlorophyll gives the leaves their green coloring. Chlorophyll is a natural coloring called a pigment. Leaves are very important to the tree. They make a kind of sugar that is the tree's food. Leaves need sunlight, water, and air to make their food. The leaves work to feed the tree all summer long. The sugar is needed by all parts of the tree: the leaves, branches, trunk, and root. The food or sugar helps the tree to grow. Extra sugar is stored in the leaves. In the fall, many things are changing. In many places, there is a change in the weather. There are changes in light and temperature. Inside the leaves, there may be many changes too. All of these changes bring about the beautiful colors of fall. In the fall, there are a few hours of sunlight each day. The changes in the light tell the tree to get ready for winter. Winter is a time of rest for the tree. When winter comes, the tree will have to survive with less water and sunlight. The tree begins to get ready for its winter rest. It needs very little food. And the leaves stop their work. The life of the leaves is almost at an end. The tree no longer needs them. When the leaves die, they will fall from the tree. This will happen slowly over a number of weeks. As the leaves begin to separate from the trees, they get less water. Without water, the leaves cannot make new chlorophyll. The old chlorophyll begins to fade, and the green color starts to disappear. Now, other colors can be seen in the leaves. Other pigments have been in the leaves all along, but they were hidden by the dark green of the chlorophyll. Once the green colors fade, the yellow and orange pigments can be seen. These pigments give colors to the leaves of birches, poplar, and elm. Some food like bananas and carrots get their natural yellow-orange coloring from the same pigment. They also give color to some flowers. Maybe you can think of some. Yes, maybe the sunflower, or maybe tulips. Autumn leaves have other colors as well. The yellow and orange have been in the leaves all along. Other pigments are made as the leaves begin to die. These new pigments are made from the extra sugar stored in the leaf. Sunlight causes the stored sugar to change to pigment, and the new pigment makes some leaves turn red, rust, or purple. The more sugar there is, the brightest the colors will be. Bright days and cool nights seem to bring out the best fall colors. Maple leaves get their red color from their new pigment. Many flowers and some foods, such as beets and radishes, get their color from this red pigment. The brilliant red of the sun-mixed leaves shows up only in the fall, when these pigments form. Some trees, like oak, make tannin in the fall. Tannin is not a pigment, but it does color the leaves. Some oak leaves turn a rich brown color in autumn. See if you can find some. You may still be able to see some green coloring as well. The changing colors of autumn leaves is caused by the change in weather and light. This is why the colors are not the same every year. The best leaf colors usually come with lots of bright sunlight and crisp, clear nights. Too much rain may make the color dull, and early frost may kill the leaves too soon. Evergreen trees like pine and spruce keep their leaves all year. But in cool climates, other trees must lose their leaves to survive in winter. So this is the reason why when you have Christmas trees that they are green in winter, because they are pine or either spruce. After the leaves have changed colors, they are ready to separate from the trees. When they are just barely hanging on, a little bit of wind or rain will make them fall to the ground. In just a short time, the tree will begin to look bare. Piles of dead leaves collect under the trees. Some will blow away, others will be raked up, and the leaves that are left will begin to rot. Over time, they will become part of the soil. Rotting leaves enrich the soil with minerals the tree needs to stay healthy. So, look at the boy and the girl and the dog. So I guess maybe I answered my question. I wondered if they had raked these leaves, and here they are raking the leaves. And I think maybe the dog was sad because he looked like he was having fun before the boy and the girl started messing around in the leaves. When the last of the leaves has fallen and the tree is ready for winter, during the cold weather, the tree will be dormant, or resting. New leaf buds have already been formed, and next spring, they will open and begin to make food for the tree. But now, in fall, it's time to enjoy the colors of the leaves. Beautiful autumn foliage cannot be seen everywhere. Only some places, such as New England, have displays of many colors. This is because the weather conditions there are usually just right, and there are so many different types, so many kinds of trees. I want you to think, Kipsters. Do we see these beautiful colors here in Texas? Is the weather just right for these types of trees? What do you think? No, I don't think it gets cold enough here over a period of time for us to have this types of colors. This is simply beautiful. There are gold and browns and greens and oranges. All different types of trees make up this beautiful autumn foliage. Fall is a time to have fun with leaves. It is a time to take in the sights and the sounds of the leaves. It is time for jumping into piles of leaves, and then sometimes a time for raking them up. Fall is a time to get ready for winter. The trees are ready. Are you? Are you ready for winter? Are you ready for fall? How can we get ready for fall? Yes, we can get our fall clothes together. We can get our sweaters and our hats and our long pants and our mittens, and we can turn on the heat when it starts getting cold. We can rake our leaves. We can put away things that we use in the summer. We can put away all our summer clothes, like our shorts and our t-shirts and our flip-flops and sandals. We can get ready for fall, just like the tree gets ready for fall. I hope that you have enjoyed this story. Here are some things that you can do with leaves. You can make a leaf rubbing. Collect some different kinds of leaves, and you will need leaves that are not dry or crumbly. Arrange them in 4 leaves of smooth surface and put a thin sheet of paper over them. Remove the paper from around a dark colored crayon, and then use the sides of the crayon to rub gently over, and then what you will see are the colors and the shapes of the leaves. I hope you've enjoyed this, Kipsters, and I want you to be thinking of one detail that you remember from this story.